We begin today's session by standing in Tadasana with equal weight on both feet, knees locked, spine upright, shoulders braced back. And we bring our hands in prayer at the chest center with gently closed eyes, dwelling on the Chidakash, the vast infinite space as we see it as drashtas, the seers and seekers, acknowledging colors, shadowing movements, darkness or light. We taper our awareness from Chidakash up to the Bhumadhya, the eyebrow center, to visualize a candle flame here. And keeping intensified awareness on this candle flame, we together chant the mantra Om 3 times. Inhale fully. We now shift our namaste, our prayer behind us, nice and high, overlapping the thumbs, pointing the fingers towards the ceiling, and bring our feet mat width apart if it's long. To do Kapalbhati twists in Utthana Asana. Stay there with feet apart. Point the toes of the right foot to the right. Make sure that the feet are about 3 feet apart. So go outside the mat, twist to the right. Bending the right knee, go down, kiss the knee. Come back inhaling, go down now, all the way down to the inside. So don't let the thigh stop you. And drop the head. Return inhaling, point the toes in front and change sides. Hands are behind, high up with thumbs overlap. Twist completely to the left. Go down. Kiss the knee. And then go down further, all the way. Now there is no holding back. There's enough room. And return. As soon as you return, get the heels in, toes in, heels in, and go down in a squat. Complete Utthana Asana. Sitting on an imaginary stool. Return and come into Tadasana. As soon as you are in Tadasana, hands are still behind. We inhale fully and exhaling, go down to the right in the Triyaka Tadasana. Feel the stretch on the side, at the waist, at the love handles. Return and change sides. Looks very simple, but really feeling the dynamism out there at the waist and the curve in the paravertebral column. And return. Bring the hands back down, bend the knees, and jump, legs apart. 3.5 to 4 feet depending on your heights. Point the toes of the right foot to the right, hands up at shoulder level. Go down, turn your head up in Parshvakonasana. Then bring the hand over the head. And return to change sides. Hands up, fingertips down, turn your head. Look up, corner your eyeballs. Let the nails reach the ceiling and bring the hand over the head. Hold the posture. And return. As soon as you're back, get ready from Parshvakonasana to Parivritta Trikonasana. Toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. So those of you who have a wall, go close to the wall. Lean on the wall. Point the toes of the right foot to the right. Twist in such a way that you're going and holding your right ankle with your left hand and your cheek and your arm are on the wall. Right cheek. Sorry. Left cheek. Return. Change sides. Parivritta means twisted. Parshva means side angle. Cone, angle, asana, posture. Hold the ankle, cheek down, up on the wall. Feel a stretch in the calf with the foot down. And return. Return, bend the knees, jump into Sukhasana. Once in Sukhasana, get ready for the next posture. The next standing posture is a balancing posture, Garudasana. Point the toes of the right foot to the right, wrap the leg around, hook the toes to lock them behind the calf, bend the knees and wrap the hands. Squat on an imaginary stool. Return to change sides. Return and bring the hands down. Stand in Tadasana for a few moments. Consolidate yourselves here. Now sit for a round of Pavanamuktasana series 1. Every toe joint, every joint, tendon, ligament is what we address. When doing Pavanamuktasana, traditional, simple, see these one. Sit with long legs in danda, palms on the thighs, Padanguli Naman. For those who have not done their pranayam in the morning, you can incorporate Kapalbhati, Bhastrika or both. Chetu Naman. Let's do a Janu Naman in Marichi Asana. Bend the right knee, place the right foot behind the left thigh, elbow behind the knee, left elbow, and twist. A very dynamic posture, very easy, but loads of benefits. Come back, change, foot behind, elbow up, tucking the knee upright and twist. Twist well. And from the Marichi Asana infused Janu Naman, we do Janu Chakra and we reverse it. And we do other leg Janu Chakra, reverse it. And we go down on our forearms to do three Pada Janu Chakra. And reverse it. We come into Sukhasana then, directly into Sukhasana at the back of our backs. We interlock fingers behind and just go down to our knee. Parshva Sukhasana. Lift the arms up. Come back and change. And return for Santulan Asana. Plank pose. Palms down on the mat in front of the front edge. Head lifted. Santulan Asana. And return. Return for this lovely posture. You just sit in Vajrasana with your knees apart. Okay? Just watch. Huh? I'm sitting in Vajrasana with my knees apart. I get my cheeks down, elbows down. After, when I say change, you change to the other side. And when I say change into long, you change long. Okay? Don't expect anything in this except a big stretch in that small area where your leg meets your pelvic bones. Change. Change long. Long. And return. Come back. So when you come back, you will be in a Vajrasana. After you've done the Mandukasana, you'll be in a Vajrasana. We do a completely counter pose now. In that, knees were totally apart, so there was a big stretch in the pelvic and inner thigh area. Okay? So we drop our hips down to the right and get the left knee on top for Gomukhasana. Since the left knee is on top, we bring the right arm up, interlock the fingers, and we do Kapalbhati twists. Fingers have to be interlocked. Discontinue. Kiss your knee. Come back. Change. Come back. So that Mandukasana which we did before this is going to help you in the next posture. What is the next posture? Prasarita Pad Uttan Asana. Prasarita Pad means spread legs. Uttan combination of two words. Uttam Tan. Palms down, crawl your fingers away, elbows down, lift your head. Smile, saying a yes. Griva Sanchalan. A no. Yes. And no. Yes. Further down, elbows must touch. No. Stay, stay. And return. Collect your legs now for Nauka Sanchalan. Row, row, row a boat gently down, gently little backwards too. Stream properly. Nauka Sanchalan. A proper Nauka Sanchalan, please. You to run your hands to the length of your sciatica nerves. And then reverse it from length to up. Length to up. Preparing us for the next one, Chakki Chalan. Spread the legs apart, interlock fingers parallel to the floor, lunge in front, touch the toe, go away, touch the toe, come back. Reverse. And return. Return, legs together, flat the knees. Let's get ready for Janu Shirasana. But before that, bend your knees and rest. Now straighten the right leg and bring your heel into the groin. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, go down. Shave to Janu. Head drop. Return up, inhaling. And now a lovely variation in the same posture. Because you did the previous Prasarita part, this will not be too challenging for you. Go down midway between the knee and the long leg and get your forearms there, lift the head. It's an awesome stretch for genitourinary problems. Head is up, full forearm and elbow is down. Yes, that's a good job. Head is lifted. Drop the head, inhale, hands up. Exhale, bring the left hand to the right toe, wrap the other hand around and pulse. So opposite leg, Padangushta. Pulse. Return to change legs for all the three variations. Traditional Janu Shirasana, the variation where palms and forearms go in between. Stretch well. Extremely open and antidepressive, especially because of the pelvic area spread. Head is lifted. Stretch well. And hook the toe, wrap the hand, twist. Twist more. Go down, twist more. Look up at the ceiling. And return. Return. Now take a little break and just watch the next posture. The next posture is with your ankle on your knee and you just lift the hips up. You saw that? Yeah, your ankle is on the just below the knee on the thigh. Right? And you just lift the hips up. Now come into the posture. Those who have any cervical or frozen shoulder situations, don't do this posture. It will increase the problem. And return. For a Padashil asana, touching the toe to the Chutki Sindoor hairline. Just cradle it at the neck like a baby and touch as if you want to apply sindoor with your toe. The other leg. And return. Return for a pause again. Consolidate yourselves here. Pausing between postures is extremely important to make them siddha. Pause. Get ready for Adho Mukha Svanasana now, downward dog. Also called Parvat Asana in some schools. Simple and traditional Adho Svanasana having numerous benefits. Allow this wonderful, gentle blood supply to the brain, strengthening your extremities. And now, for just one small set of cardio, bring the left foot out for dips. Out between the right foot and the palms. Dips. 7 of them. And the other leg. Higher. Strengthen the upper body here. And knees down. And return. Sit in Vajrasana for 3 rounds of Bandukasana whenever you're ready. Thumbs into fist, fist below navel. Inhale fully. Exhale, go down. Return inhaling for 2 more rounds. One more. Return. Drop the hips down to the right. To come into Bharadwaj Asana. Holding the left elbow from behind, bringing the forearm in front. Just go and hold that right thigh. Twist well. Reverses acidity, gas, flatulence, indigestion, constipation, stiffnesses in the back, frozen shoulders, postural deformities. Works on the entire endocrine system and change. Change. The other side. And return. For the next posture, Hanumanasana. It's a good idea to get off the mat in Hanumanasana so that you can slide the heel further for the split. Coming into a kneeling position, bringing any one foot in front, sliding the heels. We look up and try to bring our groin, our pelvic platform as low as possible. We return to change. We come back clumsily to sit in Virasana. Heels are apart, hips and pelvic platform on the floor. In Virasana, we do Skandha Chakra, shoulder rotation, fingertips on shoulder blades, rotate, reverse, arms out, arm rotation. Reverse. Keep head upright. Don't tilt like that to any side. Now, hold your elbows. Inhale, hands up. In Ujjayi, inhale. Exhale, bring hands down. Meanwhile, you're sitting in Virasana. Remember that. Two more. Ujjayi breath. Now get ready for the wall sarvang. Slowly come out of Virasana. Get the hips close to the wall, touching it. Go down. This can be done without the wall also, but it's a good idea for beginners to be near a wall. Bend the knees, press the feet on the wall, and lift the hips high up. You can even take the legs off the wall. And do any variation like in Ardha Sarvang. One leg down. Or a namaste. Or a clap with the feet. Or a Karna Pinda. And we slowly come back to continue keeping our legs up on the wall. If there's no wall, just keep the legs up. For 7 rounds of abdominal breath. 7 rounds of abdominal breath. Inhale, inflate the abdomen. Exhale, bring it back to normal. And a 2. Reverses pain in the calves, thrombosis, varicose veins, swelling in the thighs, swelling in the calves, swelling in the feet. Bend the knees, go to one side, turn and lie down in Shavasana. Lie down in Shavasana. In Kaya Sthirya, making any final adjustments that you may need to make. Most of us may feel occasionally a little depressed or anxious. And most of us know that that is like feeling very, very tired with a weak body. There are many different ways of treating a low feeling, depression, anxiety, or panic attacks. And certainly the best way is to do a lot of yoga asanas. Meditation comes much later. Dwelling upon every asana with breath awareness, including doing the vinyasa and the ashtanga, which they call power yoga in the West. To sweat, safe and effective, a magical elixir along with breath. So in this relaxation, we are going to do, having done all those vinyasa, hatha yoga asanas, we will incorporate the elixir of breath, Ujjayi pranayam, inhaling and exhaling in Ujjayi in Shavasana, the throat breath. Now start counting in a descending order. Last 7 exhalations longer than inhalations. Knowing that this pranayam is different from the prana. It's not easy to understand prana. It is not oxygen, neither is it a technique of breathing, nor is it the air that we breathe. We may stop or can stop breathing for periods of time, but we continue to live. Human beings have reached unusual feats by developing the ability through yogic techniques to extend the cessation of respiration, sometimes even for hours. Because prana is inherent in us and will maintain our life. We can live without breath for hours, but not without prana for a single second. A combination of two words, pra and na, that which is, and the vital energy required, the life force, prana. I am being a constancy. Anything erratic, and the body goes into dis-ease from ease. And the breath gets erratic only with one thing. Only with one. A thought. Erratic. With running, with sports, with yoga, with hatha, with vinyasa, with a game, swimming, tennis, squash, push-ups, core strengthening, jogging, any workout. It may be fast or it may get slow, but not erratic. Erratic breath is the most harmful. And who does that to us? We ourselves with our minds. Let us end today's session with a sankalpa in group energies of the 16 of us. That from now on till 3 hours from now, we will repetitively shift awareness back to our breath. Every time an emotion of anxiety, fear, blame, envy, happiness, good news, grief, anything, immediately watch the breath. Watch the breath. Watch the breath. Awareness itself will do the correction. Repeat this 3 times mentally. 3 hours from now till 3 hours get completed. So 3 hours in all, starting from this moment. I will watch my breath. And then prepare to come out of the stillness of Shavasana, which happened so effortlessly today. No chalevatam chale chittam. How beautifully, how effortlessly each one of us was in Kaya Sthiryan. Wow. Collect your legs, stretch your arms. Inhale fully, feeling a content of that inhalation reaching all the way down to your abdomen, your navel. Exhale completely, come back. Turn to one side after bending a knee. Hug your knees both now in the fetal position, making a pillow of the other arm. Use very little area in the fetal position, just like we were as in our mommy's wombs. A very, very dynamic posture, fetal position, helps us never, ever, ever, ever complain about space. Jaga kidhar hai? And then just pressing those fingertips down, roll up into Sukhasana to slowly open your eyes in your own time and comfort zone and rise, ready and charged for the day, but not forgetting our sankalpa. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you.